Hey everybody, Leo DeSell with Pennant Real Estate, and this is your weekly market update. And today we have Mr. Bart Salim with U.S. Capital. I think one of the best experts in the business when it comes to getting a loan for a home. Today we wanted to talk about what the talk of the town has been for the last, I would say year really, which is the rising interest rates, why they're rising, what's causing it, the difference in the kind of loans with the rates that you get, and for the most popular loans, which are typically a 30-year loan, 20-year loan, 15-year loan, FHA, VA, RD, and we were going to get you to explain a little bit more about that. So first, why have the rates been rising?
Sure. Well, we've had a good couple of year run of rates just being super low, almost going down versus going up. And I'd say probably the last month and a half, we've had about a 3-week period where rates went up almost a full point. So what we see is the economy getting better, more jobs being added, people spending money, and so usually that means that the government and bond buying programs aren't going to be doing things to try to keep rates low. So that's kind of what's been happening with our interest rates. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's an end in sight to that, meaning we don't foresee rates necessarily going down at this point. We'd like to hope that best case scenario would be where they just stop going up and kind of remain stagnant for a while. So for sure, if you're on the fence or thinking about doing something soon, it would be a great time to act now rather than wait.
Yeah, definitely. So what is the best prediction you can give as far as closing out 2018? What do you think it's going to go up to? I know we don't have a crystal ball, but
yeah, that's almost impossible to tell. I don't think it would get really high without maybe the government stepping back in, just because, again, if it gets to the point where people actually stop buying homes because rates are so high. Now that normally doesn't happen because, again, it's still the American dream to own a home. So I'd be a little surprised if they even get into the low fives, but hopefully that would be the worst case scenario that would happen, is they don't get much higher than that. But it's almost impossible to know.
So what are they today? What are the rates?
Today's 30-year rate for us is 4.5 on a 30-year fixed. 20 years 4.375. A 15-year is 4%. And then for the FHA and VA government loans, 4.25, and for rural development, 4.375.
Gotcha. So to get the best rate, of course, you go with a 15-year loan, and
that usually gets you the best interest rate. But again, what we like to do, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. We talk to the customer. We find out what their credit score is like, what kind of down payment they have, what they're looking to do. Is it lower monthly payment versus lower term? So those are some things we can find out. And again, it normally takes 5 to 10 minutes to do that. It's not a lengthy process at all.
Right, so to call and get pre-approved, and it costs nothing to do that, right?
Nothing to do it. Again, we can do it nights, weekends, during the day. So really what's most convenient for the customer. It is free to do, and it only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. So nothing that should take too much time out of their day.
So the biggest thing to know to get the best rate is the credit score.
Credit score for sure on conventional loans, credit score and down payment. The government loans, a lot of those are more meant for people that maybe don't have the most ideal credit score, so you're still going to get the best rate that VA, FHA, or RD offers, even if your credit score is a little less than ideal.
Right.
So that's all stuff we look into. We do have a program where we contribute 2% of their down payment. They only have to come up with 1% of the down payment, and it is a conventional loan program. So that's kind of nice for certain people in geographical areas and with the right amount of income to basically get into a home conventional loan with 1% down.
Right. And look, getting pre-approved is probably the very first step we tell people to do, because nobody wants someone in their house unless they know they can get financing. A lot of people think they're not approved yet and they're still trying to rent, and it's not that difficult. As long as you're employed, as long as your credit score is halfway decent, there is a possibility you can get a loan, and it's free to do. So get into the market, y'all. If you're thinking about buying, if you're that millennial that's still living with their parents, you're thinking about buying, call and get approved. It's a lot cheaper than renting these days still. Interest rates low, still very low, even though we're in the 4s. It was in the 3s, a year ago.
Right.
But it will climb, and expect it to get into the 5s. So give us a call, give Bart Salim a call. What's your phone number, Bart?
225-281-3944.
Or Pennant Real Estate to get the process started, 663-2112. Thank you for tuning in for your weekly market update.